All right, Steve, we're good to go.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special meeting of the Fire Department Facilities Project Building Committee. It is April 29th. It is 6:31 p.m. If you could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will do the roll call. Teresa Avey.
Here.
Cassidy McNamara.
Here.
Donald Brown.
Here.
Chris Minor.
Here.
Stanley Sobieski.
Here.
I believe that's all the committee members that are in the room, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Chip Stamp is absent tonight. He couldn't be with us. And Jonathan, just make note of any of the other fire department officials that are in the room for the minutes, if you would, please.
Yep, absolutely. It's Chief Traumer, Commissioner DeMayo, Ed Patz, other members of Fire Station 4 are here too. Okay, so we have a quorum. We can move forward. Next item is public participation. I don't think there is anybody online. There isn't. Is there anybody in the room that would like to speak to us? Doesn't appear so. Okay, thank you. Any comments by committee members? Anyone? Okay. Approval of minutes. We have none that are ready for us.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
There are none.
No, there are none, Stanley. We have old business. We have one item, action on proposed budget for fire company number 4. Either Bob or Jonathan, you want to put that up?
So this is the revised estimate per our discussion at the last meeting. We had a construction cost estimate of 6.009 million. We're moving the alternates into the construction cost, listing them as deduct alternates. So our construction cost total with the deducts would be 6.336 million. Adding in your contingencies and fees would give us a total construction cost of 7.161 million. And then below the line for soft costs, we have design costs and testing and furniture, fixtures, and equipment. So for a total project cost of $7,693,494.19.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Any questions or comments on this? Again, we just kind of postponed this till tonight because we wanted, and as you could see, a lot of the other numbers changed when we added those figures back in. Not drastically, but they did change some. So I wanted to make sure when we present this to the town council that we had accurate numbers. So if everybody is okay with it, I would entertain a motion that we approve the construction budget as well as the conceptual plans to be forwarded to the town council through the town manager.
I just want to voice my concern once again.
Yep.
That we just went through a horrific budget process. People were losing their mind. I just think asking the townspeople to vote on a $7.6 million firehouse might not be the right time.
Okay. Well noted. Anybody else? So did someone make the motion?
I make a motion that we approve $7,693,494.19 for the construction of Fire Company 4.
Okay. And just add in there in the conceptual design to be forwarded.
And I'm sorry, and conceptual design, yes.
Okay.
I'll second that, Steve.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Now, any questions or comments on the proposed motion? I don't see any hands. Nobody's speaking. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
5-1,
Okay, so it's 5-1, correct?
correct.
Okay, so the motion passes. Next item is new business. We have none. Public, right back to public participation for item number 9. Anybody in the room? Jonathan?
We do have one, John, or it's John, right? Yep. Come on, John, come on up here, and I actually. Hopefully this is may not. You know what? I'm gonna do, why don't you just make the comment right here? No, yeah.
I'm just asking because, you know, I work.
We just need your name and address, sir, for the record.
John Montano, 1884 Main Street,
Wait, I'm sorry, yeah, it's John, sorry, say your address again.
1884 Main Street.
Okay. Great.
Go ahead, Mr.
And I work
Montano.
for the state, and whenever there's a building project, they give you a quote. Is this quote gonna be good when it's time to actually build it? Steve?
Yeah, this has an inflation factor in it it'll carry us out 18 months. So we have anticipated that it will go out to referendum. I don't know that for a fact, but right now it's anticipated it'll go out to referendum in November. And the inflation factor that we are carrying in there right now should cover us into the construction of the building if it passes in November.
So
yes,
they did
there
add, they did figure that. All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else?
Just a comment. I understand where you're coming from, Teresa. This is a project that has been put off for decades. And it's, for lack of a better phrase, at a crisis point. So I don't see how we can't move forward with this. I hear what you're saying about the budget process, but I mean, this project has to move forward as quickly as we can get it. So.
I'll also agree with Don. I know it is not the best time with the budget, but it happens to be the time when our budget is the worst. And we've been looking forward to it. It's been talked about. It's always been pushed to the side. So pushing it to the side more and more is not going to help the cost. It's just going to get more expensive anyway. So it's better to bite the bullet now. It's going to have to get built eventually. So the cheapest cost is now. It's just going to keep getting more expensive. And I know it's not the best time, but it's getting to the point where it's a safety concern for our town. We're not gonna have a fire truck there that fits pretty soon, so it's gotta get done soon.
But there are smaller fire trucks. There are other avenues, but
And then that's more money.
to go down other than spending $7.6 million, but that's just me.
If I may, I've lived in this town for 77 years. And this town has been notorious for kicking the can down the road. This, in my opinion, is a safety issue. Without that firehouse in that area, you're adding time to fire response, which transmits into people that could lose their lives. So in my opinion, can't kick this can down the road anymore, and we need to go forward with it. Thank you.
So again, we have voted on it. We'll move to the council. It actually is up to the council. But what I would say right now is if the council decides to start moving this forward, or at least having hearings on it, that any of the public that is listening to this or will be listening to it, that they come out and speak either in favor or against it and their reasons why. There's still plenty of time because the council makes the ultimate decision whether this moves forward. And then, to be honest with you, as we all know, it's the voters. If the voters vote yes, well, then it will more than likely move forward and the council will appropriate the money through a bonding and the project will get done. If they don't, we'll get sent back to square one and start the design process over. Chris, I see your hand up.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I just wanted to just put my 2 cents in on this. This project has been in the capital improvement plan dating back over 10 years to do a study. So there have been multiple councils throughout the years, both Democrat and Republican majorities, that have opted not to pursue this project. The last truck that was placed in service took the old spare replacement out of company four, the only truck that would fit in that building, out of service. Again, that's been known about for years. Optimal time? No, it's not. Due to the reval? Yes, you're correct, Teresa. There are a lot of people that are going to see an increase in their taxes. However, to postpone this any further would only escalate the cost of construction to do it. And to go ahead and say we can get a smaller truck, yes, now you're taking uniformity out of all the rest of the apparatus that everybody's trained to know everything is the same and making it different. So I think at this point, we made the decision to give it to the council. And again, it's their decision whether or not this will continue on to referendum or not. And then ultimately the taxpayers will make the end decision. But that's all I had. Thank you, Steve.
We've kind of drifted into comments by committee members. Anybody else before we move on?
Can I, not so much a comment, can I just ask some or just ask a couple questions of the committee?
Yes, Jonathan.
So the next council meeting is Tuesday, May 12th. I would suggest putting this as an item under new business. So they essentially under new business have a presentation to council about the cost estimates, the conceptual design, and then, maybe spell out some next steps in order to get this, lay out the next steps the council would need to take if this were to go to referendum. Does that sort of time work for you? And if so, how would you guys like to proceed as far as who would make the presentation? Would that be Steve? Would that be Bob? Would that be a tag team? Any feedback would be appreciated.
Yeah. Again, I would work along with Bob as long as Bob is available that night to make the presentation and be there. Actually, I'll be there in person to be able to answer any of the questions that the town council has. But yeah, I look forward to doing that. And actually, I would invite any of the committee members to attend along with me and Bob Roach on that night. So as long as you get it on the agenda, we'll be there, Jonathan.
Sounds good. And Bob, you're nodding your head that date night works for you?
Yes, I'll make myself available.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you.
What time do the council meetings start?
It starts at 7. I have to check my notes about what else we have planned for that night. Realistically, it might not be till 8 o'clock that you guys would be up. So I'll send you an email, like giving you an estimate of when I think you'd be up to.
When's that date?
Tuesday, May 12th.
We have the training with the chief from Hartford, so I won't be there till then, unfortunately. I know about everyone else, but that was going to be my question: is how do we really propose it to the council? Like, I know the conceptual cost will be shown, but will there be like reasoning behind it, or we don't get into that point?
We'll show all of the costs and how we got there. Actually, we'll show the cap sheet. We won't show the individual line items, and we'll also have the conceptual drawings, Cassidy, to show kind of what we're building, because it's very difficult to just look at a $7.6 million figure without something, to see. So they'll see that. They'll see what the inside of the building is going to look like, what the outside of the building is going to look like, and I'm sure they'll have questions.
I guess my concern is like the point of like only one engine being able to fit there right now. Will that be brought up, or that's another conversation?
No, that would definitely happen that night. It's clear that, there is only room for one engine because there's only one bay in there right now.
Yeah.
But there are no facilities.
Yeah, that is the only engine that fits there.
Yeah.
I would also add, Cassie, I think that point needs to be brought up front and center, but I think the council has a general understanding of the need for the project. So I think it's already kind of known.
It was like stripped down to like every reason we need it, or if it's like, this is the big idea and we'll break it down as it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but.
And in the council through the town manager's office, I'm sure will to address Teresa's concerns, work on what this will cost, in actual dollars to the taxpayer, at least a budget, same as we have right now. So they give the average taxpayer, again, that doesn't seem to exist, but yet we always use this average taxpayer. And in the town of Newington, there'll be some sort of a figure that will be put out there, that what it would cost over the lifespan
Yeah, and I can throw it into like a debt amortization schedule, just the figure and pop out kind of what it means on an annual basis. That wouldn't, I can do that in a couple of minutes.
Okay, that would be helpful, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, anybody? Again, thank everybody for taking the time for the special meeting. I appreciate it, and it's in the council's lap. We will meet on May 12th, not as a full committee, but to make the presentation to the council. Jonathan will be in touch of when we schedule our next meeting, depending on how that meeting on the 12th goes. And with that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Stanley. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.